Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. How's your week going?
Going good. Going good. I have a great new topic for us today.
Excellent.
Yes. And I have to preface this. We're recording this at the beginning of October 2025. So things change in this world of SEO. And now we're talking about AI systems. So those large language models that we've all come to know and love over the last couple of years, it's always changing. So today we're going to be talking about generative engine optimization. Okay. And we used to, it could have been called not search engine optimization, but answer engine optimization. You can know it by that. But now we are talking about generative engine optimization. So it's GEO.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So this is, and the reason I have to say when we're talking about this, of course, because this area of SEO is always changing, and it is lightning fast, man. It's pretty cool, but it's a lot to stay on top of. And as a business owner, you are really gonna be happy you listened to this one, because your competitors aren't doing this, and I don't even think agencies are doing this. So it's a great way to be first in the door, because if you are, that leads to more customers, right? You have a market share that's just waiting for you. So a market opportunity that probably not many other businesses in your industry are taking advantage of. So let's go. Ready? All right. As you may know, people are going more and more to away from search engines and to ChatGPT and these other AI assistants to ask them questions about services that they would like to employ moving forward. So, for example, can you tell me the top-rated dentist in my zip code? Or can you tell me the top-rated financial advisor in my city? These are businesses that people want to interact with one-on-one and face-to-face. So a lot of times now, instead of just going to Google and looking for 5 stars and stuff, they're just going to go to ChatGPT and ask those. So if your business is not in or not indexed by those AIs, you're invisible. People won't even know you exist. And so that, even if you're ranking well in Google locally, there's tons of, when you go to ChatGPT and ask questions about your category in your city, if you're not showing up, then you got some work to do. Okay?
Yep. That makes sense.
Today we'll walk through some concrete steps that you can take to seed AI, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get, because AI scans Google and other sources like Yelp and Bing and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that we're seeding information about our business in all of those areas. Okay?
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, that way you will show up where it matters. And more, we get calls from our clients saying, hey, they said they found us through ChatGPT. And I'm like, yeah, they did. And then the question is, how? And I'm like, because we know what we're doing, man. Hey, all right.
Well, and it is pretty great to get those calls, because essentially they're now going to go with you. I mean, you really have to drop the ball for them to not go with you. So we're really happy with the referrals we get from ChatGPT.
Yeah, people trust ChatGPT. Maybe they've renamed it Chuck, and they talk to Chuck throughout their day, and Chuck gives them good answers. So that trust is weird how it's built up with that AI, and now it's extending to you, and that AI doesn't care. So it's so nuts. It's so crazy. But in any case, here's some real world strategies that you can use to seed your business, right? Your business information in those AIs. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And now, if you don't understand any of this language, you know what you can do, Jamie?
What's that?
Ask ChatGPT, baby. So you can go to ChatGPT and say, what's Adam talking about when he talks about whatever, whatever. Okay. Because ChatGPT will be able to break it down very, very, you can say, explain it to me like I'm a third grader, and it will. So, or of course, you can do the more difficult and arduous task of going to our library of past episodes and searching there. Ready?
Ready.
All right. So first thing on your website, you would definitely want to have that all that schema, the local business schema. You know, you can have your services in schema. Schema is the back end language. We've talked about it before. It sits on the back end of your website. Humans don't really see it. Google and the other search engines do. This is a language that super, super important because it makes everything. It's like a big spreadsheet about your business, and everything has a little box for it. So it makes it very easy for these AI systems and Google and the other search engines to know what your website is all about. Okay. So definitely have local business schema, service schema. You can have some FAQ schema in there. These are all really important. Also, of course, your NAP. Jamie, go ahead. What's the NAP?
Name, address, phone number.
That's right. Have those on your footer. These are all kind of basic things, but they're foundational. But you'd be surprised at how many local business websites I see that don't have any of this stuff. It's baffling to me. So definitely do that. Take advantage of that. Okay, next one. Make sure that your Google business profile is up to date. It has the correct phone number, correct hours, all of that stuff. So those AI systems, they pull information from your Google business profile. So having that frequently asked questions section filled out, good idea. Most businesses don't even know it's there. It's there. Do it. Fill that out. Add your own questions, add your own answers. Boom. But make sure that you're keeping up and on top of your Google business profile, because sometimes Google changes things. They update your hours. They say, hey, somehow we decided your hours are different. We've had client phone numbers get changed. And then the client goes, wait, that's not my phone number. How did that happen? And yeah, we got to change it back. So monitoring that Google business profile, very important. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Build on every service page that you have an FAQ at the bottom of that page that corresponds to that service. Okay, so have a very robust FAQ section on that page. What that does, it allows basically the AI systems will scrape that. So how much does whatever service typically cost? That's a great question that you can imagine someone will type into ChatGPT. And if the answer is already there, boom, it just came from your website, right? So make sure that those FAQs are full of real world, like great questions, like the ones that you hear the most, right? The most frequently. So make sure you pack those pages with that information. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, using that natural language. Don't worry about keyword stuffing in any of that stuff. Just make sure that you have those FAQs. All right. Next one. You're going to have long tail. So these are long titled, intent focused keywords with articles that support them. So think about if I'm going to remodel my kitchen. You can imagine someone will go to their AI system, their ChatGPT, and they will type in, what are the top 5 ways or 5 things I should avoid when I remodel my kitchen? Or what's the best way to get started with remodeling my kitchen? These are really basic questions. And if you can build an article that first answers that question, gets indexed, obviously, and answers all of those questions, you will be pulled, your information will be pulled into that ChatGPT as one of the sources. So of the answer. So that's great. Super, super important. And once again, the more that you're indexed, the more that you rank your articles and your information on your site, the higher it ranks, the more likely it's going to get pulled into these AI systems. So far, so good?
So far, so good. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Jamie. Also, as always, we want to make sure that you are getting reviews for your business across every network that you can. So Jamie's a big believer in like a holistic view of reviews. So not just having 100 5-star reviews on Google, but also having 100 5-star reviews on Yelp, 100 on Facebook, 100 recommendations on Nextdoor. These are all places where your business can get reviewed, and these AI systems are pulling those reviews and using them to judge your business. So definitely don't sleep on getting reviews on all of these platforms. Of course, Google should be your number one. It still massively outweighs all of the other ones in importance. So you want to focus on Google, but then number 2, number 3, you want to focus on Yelp, these other local directories where you can get recommended and get reviews. All right.
Yep.
Lastly, you can do an experiment. You can go to ChatGPT and type in, hey, what's the best plumber in my city? And don't put my city, but actually put your city in there. And when it kicks out those names, you can start asking it questions. Hey, why did you choose this business? Why did you choose that business? Then you can ask the system, please tell me the source of where you got that information. So if it's that business's website, can't do anything about that. But if they're mentioned on another website, another directory, for example, then that means you can get there too. So if they're part of their local chamber of commerce and you're not, boom, that gives you a roadmap about what they have done to get into that, the answer for that, for your service in your city. So do that as well. So you can do a little research, find out what they've done, and then you do it too. So the more that you do it, and the better that you do it, the more you're going to find yourself getting seeded into those ChatGPT and those AI systems. Woo!
That's
all I got, Jamie.
It's quite a list, Adam. I hope
that is. I'll put it in the show notes. But yeah,
good.
I mean, all of these places, what most owners think is, hey, just having a website, that's all I need, and I'll show up in that AI. And that's true if you're the only company in your city who does what you do. Sure, if you have no competition, you're the answer. But if you have competitors, man, you need to outrank them, and this is how you do it. So awesome. It totally works too.
Well, excellent, Adam. Is that all for today?
Woo! That's all, Jamie. Got it.
Wow. I need an app after all that. Not a name, address, phone number, but an actual. Well, thank you very much, Adam. That's really good information because, as I mentioned, the AI, just not only ChatGPT, but the Google AI is also, we're getting lots of referrals from there too. And people are trusting those recommendations rather than trying to do all the research themselves. So it's pretty interesting, and it's going to be a good direction for everyone to go in. And so it's kind of the next evolution of search engine optimization. And you called it what, Adam? Generative engine optimization?
That is correct, Jamie.
Right.
I'm glad you were listening.
A+ for me. So if you know another business owner that is interested in how they can help drive their results with ChatGPT or AI, feel free to send them this podcast and send them the entire, they can like and subscribe or just listen to this one episode. That would be great. And if you have a question about AI and how it would affect your business, go to our website, Local SEO in 10. Type in AI, and you probably have to do another search term because there's probably 100 podcasts of talking about AI. Adam's been doing this podcast for 6, 7, 8 years now. So there's lots and lots of content. And make sure to like and subscribe, obviously, and give us 5 stars wherever you are listening to it. And with that, we will say thank you very much to Adam. He volunteers his time every week to educate people, business owners especially, on how important SEO and now GEO is to their business. So thanks very much, Adam. We will talk to you next time.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.